A group of people wanted to belong, the door of a door, a legacy that has been passed along. And so these families began to build their dream, the sacred Jewish home of Chanutzim.
Guided by our past, we learn and teach and grow our tree of life, Tikkun Olam. We're not afraid to stand for what is right, planting the seeds to build a strong identity, loving kindness, justice, and community. I am Sinai, welcoming, loving Sinai, roots and tradition for the Jewish life's our mission, a shining light for me. That's why I'm Sinai, growing together, Sinai, found my connection. We're more than a congregation, we're a family. Standing here today, we know the journey's only just begun. Anive Atah, we build our future here with everyone. So join us to celebrate what's been and what will be. Together we'll make Jewish memories. I am Sinai, welcoming, loving Sinai, roots and tradition for the Jewish life's our mission, a shining light for me. That's why I'm Sinai, growing together, Sinai, found my connection. We're more than a congregation, we're a family. Here's where I have nurtured my Jewish soul. Here's a place where I feel I am whole, 'cause I am whole. I am Sinai, welcoming, loving Sinai, roots and tradition for the Jewish life's our mission, a shining light for me. That's why I'm Sinai,
Shabbat Shalom. So nice to see all of you here, some new faces. We're delighted that you are here. In this week's Torah portion is Ki Tavo, and the beginning of the portion is Ki Tavo. When you enter, what is it that you're entering? When you enter the land of Israel that God is going to promise us. And the commentators look at that phrase, Ki Tavo, when you enter, in a couple of different ways. Of course, the obvious is when you enter the land, when you physically walk into the land. But then there is a whole other school of thought that entering, it's not simply physically entering the land, but when you enter in that space, that sacred space, why we call it the Holy Land, because it is a place that we will be able to fulfill ourselves as a people, as a Jewish community. And I think about those two ideas in the context of Shabbat itself. That when you enter the sanctuary, yes, sorry for those of you who are watching online, but you are entering into a holy space. We're in this space, but that isn't really the crux of it. It is when we enter that sacred idea, that sacred moment, when we let go of what was behind us, and we fully embrace the promise of this moment here in the sanctuary and in prayer. I think we are going to, prayer itself helps us get to that space, and certainly tonight and this entire weekend, we are going to be not just supported, but encouraged by great music that will help us. And it is my pleasure, for those of you who are watching online, you can see her right behind me. For those of you who are in the sanctuary, you will see plenty of her. It's really my pleasure to invite our guest artist for the weekend in honor of Cantor Schulkes, which is nice to see Cantor Schulkes. Nice to see you here. Our guest for the weekend, Joanie Leeds, who's going to be helping lead our Shabbat services this evening.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
We are starting on page 128. Please open the prayer books with Hinematov. And we are going to hear a lot of her songs today. So everything that you don't know, guess what? Has been written by Joanie Leeds. I'll tell you once.
Thank you, Cantor. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. It is good. It is good. It is great. It is great for all of us to sit together. For all of us to sit together. It is great. It is great. It is good. It is good for all of us. For all of us to sit together. It doesn't matter what the weather. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. It is good. It is great for all of us to sit together. It is great. It is good for all of us to sit together. It doesn't matter what the weather. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. Sing along, everybody. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad. Hinematov umanayim shevet achi gam yachad.
God, we offer you thanks for this Shabbat, which unites us not in space, but in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living. For Shabbat memories, which glow even in the darkness. For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer you thanks and blessing. Page 134.
Samru Adonai בקול זמרה זמרו לאדוני
Page 138, we welcome Shabbat as if we were welcoming a bride, Lechadoti.
Lechadoti, dikerat kala, penei Shabbat, dekabela. Lechadoti, dikerat kala, penei Shabbat, dekabela. Shambor v'zachor v'dibur echad, tishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemu echad v'shem ol tiferet belitela lechadoti dikerat kala b'nei Shabbat dekabela lechadoti dikerat kala b'nei Shabbat dekabela dikerat Shabbat מקור המרחב ושמי קדם לשוחה צומח עשה ומחשב התחילה לחדותי בקרת קלה בני שבת דקבלה לחדותי בקרת קלה בני שבת דקבלה מתעוררי התעוררי בעורך מיוני אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עליק נגלה לחדותי Put your hands together גרת קלה בני שבת דקבלה לחדותי גרת קלה בני שבת דקבלה
Rise, we turn to the door, we welcome the Shabbat bride.
בואי בשלום את תרד בעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני הסגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי קראת קלה בני שבת דקבלה לך דודי קראת קלה בני שבת דקבלה
Page 140.
מזמור שיר ביום השבת. We try together. We say מזמור שיר ביום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון. יגיד בבוקר הסליחה אמונתך בלילות, עלי נסור ועלי נבל עלי היגיון ופינות. מזמור שיר ביום השבת. מזמור שיר ביום השבת. ישימחני אדוני בפועלך במעשה ידיך אהרנה מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמדו מחשבותיך
מזמור שיר ביום השבת.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת. Your voices. מזמור שיר ליום השבת. מזמור שיר ליום השבת.
We welcome Shabbat with the lighting of our Shabbat candles.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. אמן.
Praise God, to whom our praise is due. Baruch Hu, page 146. We invite the congregation to rise.
Stand up on your feet, 'cause it's that time of day. Rise
roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Light becomes day, day turns to night.
Yom balayla, koler or bipnei choshech, koler or bipnei choshech, bechoshech bipnei yom.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Light becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Light becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Light becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Leolam Vaed.
May be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta baham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kashartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayulatotafot b'neinecha, u'chatavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvishadecha leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim lalohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, amen.
Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha, who is like you? Who is like you? Mi chamocha, who makes wonder? No one like you. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, nedar ba'kodesh. No ra tehilot, oseh melech. Mi chamocha, who is like you? Who is like you? Mi chamocha, who makes wonder? No one like you. Mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai, nedar ba'kodesh. No ra tehilot, oseh melech. La la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
ונאמר כפרנת יעקב, גאל אחד מסק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני קהל ישראל.
Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Stand us up, Adonai. Spread your wings upon us all. Give us peace and keep us safe. The shalom, the shalom, the shalom. Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, the shalom. Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, the shalom. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. The shalom, the shalom, the shalom. Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, the shalom. Hashkifenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, the shalom.
People of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant for all time. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days the eternal God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from labor and rested.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise for Amidah, page 164.
אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Adonai, please hear my prayer. Adonai, please guide my spirit, so the things I try to say may rise to you. Adonai, please hear my prayer. Adonai, please guide my spirit. Let my mouth, my lips, my soul give praise to you. Open my eyes to truth and love. Open my eyes when I am lost. Open my lips. Open my mouth. Open my soul to praise.
That my mouth,
That my mouth
may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Eloi Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו ואהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, Baruch atah Adonai, Abraham וזרע שרה, אתה גיבור עולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה, רב להושיע מוריד אתה, מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חורים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בלי שני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום אללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני הקדוש.
May be seated. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festivals. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion.
Baruch atah Adonai, המחזיר שכינתו לציון, מודים אנחנו לה.
We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives, the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, הטוב שמך ולחני להודו.
Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Tasim
Leolam Shalom Rav Tasim Leolam.
Before we take a moment for silent personal prayer, we think about our friends and neighbors, members of our community, members of our own family who are in need of a blessing of healing, healing of the body, healing of the spirit. On this Shabbat, we are especially thinking about Judy Agron, Adam Beaumont, Osvaldo Barraza, Shelley Blum-Claire, Elliot Citron, Kathy Duchess, Eliyahu Ben Reuven Miriam, Ilka Rock, Susan Friedman, Rita Gold, Ed Johns, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Jack Lieb, Maya Bat Devora, Joyce Ridenour, Mark Rockfeld, Shammai Ben Michael, Shaul Ben Moshe Verivka, Shoshana Dvora Bat Chava, Barry Sugar, Mark Byron Singer, Rose Singer, Stuart Singer, Aryeh Tzvi Ben Sarah, Kevin Webb.
Misheperach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'amo Mitenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheperach imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Take a moment for silent personal prayer.
Ose shalom biromah, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imeru, ve'imeru, across the land. You and me, let's make peace together. It may take time for it to arrive, and that is why we sing together. Oh, say shalom biroma, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al Yisrael. Ve'yimeru, ve'yimeru, ve'yimeru. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me this weekend. I live in New York City, and it is so lovely to be here in Miami, where I was born and raised, a little south of here, but Miami all the same. It's a real special feeling to be Jewish and to be surrounded by the Jewish community, and I know down here and in New York, we're very lucky to be surrounded by a Jewish community. But wherever we are, and whatever our background, whether we're in a big city or in the suburbs or living on the mountaintop or in the country, no matter the color of your skin or how large your bank account is, around this time of year, approaching the high holidays, it's our time, if you're Jewish, to reset. It's built into the fiber of who we are, really, and we pass it down to our children, l'dor vador. And not only is it a reminder of the person that you want to be, but it's a reminder of how we've been in the past. And so if you've made mistakes, that's okay, because we reset and we apologize and we try to be a better person than we've been. And I kept this all in mind when I met with a dear friend of mine named Rabbi Jessica Lenza, and we wrote this song together a long time ago. And it's called I Want to Be a Mensch. And for those of you that don't know what a mensch is, it's like a really good person, and we all strive to be the best people that we can be. So I would love to sing this for you. I usually do this for the kids, but we're all kids at heart, right? Yeah. Giving the needy something to eat makes you a mensch. Picking up trash on the side of the road, letting guests stay in your abode, helping to carry a friend's heavy load makes you a mensch. To be the kind of person that I want to meet. Did I mention I want to be a mensch? Visiting Grandpa when he's sick in bed, wanting to play but helping Mom instead, not letting a rumor spread makes you a mensch. wanna be a, did I mention? I wanna be a, did I mention? I wanna be a mensch. Yeah, I wanna be a mensch. Yeah, I wanna be a mensch. I wanna be a mensch.
I'll tell you, it's great to have somebody to sing at the other end of the keyboard. To have a female voice here just reminds us of how beautiful music can be. It doesn't matter who you are. So thank you to Joanie for being here this weekend. We have I'll talk about it tomorrow. Talk about it more later. But we have a full weekend of wonderful things happening that she is going to be a part of, and we're excited about it. This is a time of ending and beginning. So it seems particularly appropriate as we are gearing up for Rosh Hashanah and the new year that we welcome someone into the Jewish community. William Campbell has been working. Did they just whistle? These are all your friends, right? Okay. There's like a whole group of them right in the back there. They're making sure I don't mess with you because they all look really big and imposing. So, William Campbell has sincerely and for now over a year been studying and working towards this moment of coming and being a part of the Jewish community. And I want to invite him to join me on the Bima as he affirms his commitment to the Jewish people. Don't stand so far away. Don't be nervous. Baruch Shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Praise be the one who in holiness has given the Torah to the people Israel. Oh God, we thank you for your many blessings. We thank you for the truth that you have revealed to all humanity. We, above all, thank you for the gift of Torah, which has always been a light for our path. The Torah tells of the covenant that God made long ago when our people stood at the foot of Mount Sinai. Throughout the history of our people, there have been others who have come to affirm Adonai as we do and to accept Israel's covenant with God. These individuals knew of the hardships that the Jews had suffered throughout the centuries and yet asked with sincerity to join themselves to our people. We read in our tradition, "Dearer to God are the converts who have come of their own accord than all the crowds of Israelites who stood at Mount Sinai. For had the Israelites not witnessed the thunderings, lightnings, quaking mountains, and trumpets, they would not have accepted the Torah. But the converts who saw not one of these things came and surrendered themselves to the holy God and took the yoke of heaven upon themselves. Can anyone be dearer to God than such persons? This day, you, William Campbell, have come here requesting to accept this covenant and its responsibilities. Do you accept Judaism upon yourself as a living and growing faith? Do you seek to identify yourself with the Jewish people and its history, past, present, and future?
I do.
Do you actively commit yourself to the establishment of a Jewish home adorned by the symbols of the Jewish faith and reflecting an awareness of the Jewish calendar and life cycle?
I do.
Do you promise to live according to the Jewish ways of justice, committed to improving the world through kindness and social action?
I do.
Do you dedicate yourself to continued Jewish study, ever approaching our sources with an open mind and an open heart?
I do.
I'm going to invite the congregation to stand as our ark is open.
I accept the Torah as if I were standing this day at the foot of Mount Sinai, in this sanctuary, in the presence of God, and before this congregation, which represents the household of Israel. I affirm, as did the Jewish people then, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will obey. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one.
We welcome you as a Jew to the house of Israel.
I embrace the faith of Judaism, exclusive of any other religious association or identification. I regard the teaching of Judaism, its ethics, folkways, literature, and culture as my own. I consider myself a member of the Jewish community.
Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing upon William, who is prepared to accept the heritage of the Jewish people and the values of Torah. May you strengthen his commitment. On behalf of the whole house of Israel, may he be known in Hebrew as Yochanan ben Avraham B'Sarah. Let it be a name honored for respect and good deeds.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and guard you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God always look upon you and give you that blessing of shalom, that blessing of wholeness and a peace that is found within not just yourself, but within the Jewish community. And let us say, Amen.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yelanu. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, yelanu. Yelanu, yelanu, olechol Israel. Yelanu, yelanu, olechol Israel. David melech Israel, hay vekayam. David melech Israel, hay vekayam. Aleinu, page 586. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא בנאמר נאמר, והיה אדוני במלך על כל הארץ. היום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו אחד.
May be seated. Sorry, folks, for those of you who were online, and I realized I didn't hit the right button, so you were staring at a blank screen. It happens. At this point, we remember those who are no longer with us, those who have given us the gift of memory. We remember Caroline Lister and Irene Miller, both who have died over the past 30 days, for whom we are observing Shloshim. We remember the yortsites of our congregant loved ones we have commemorated over this past week. Sigmund Appel, J. William Barros Jr., Lena Cohen, Boris Finkelstein, Emily Friedman, Rabbi David J. Jacobs, Harry Kaputkin, Joseph M. Kestenbaum, Isidore Kissinger, Zachary Stephen Kolodny, Sylvia Corman, Joan Lehman, Carol Lynette, Anna Mintz, Marilyn Frisch Passeri, Noreen Reish, David Schiffman, Morris Scheuchet, Philip Schulkes, Leon Silverman, Martin Stuchiner, Sid Sugarman, Evelyn Weber, and all those who are listed below who are remembered on our permanent memorial plaques here in the sanctuary. We join together for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Invite the congregation to rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chai echon v'yom echon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'galau v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam olomei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudishah b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da miran be'alma v'imru. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O seh shalom b'mromav, huya seh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen. May be seated. Want to again wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Say thank you to Henry Hirsch, who served as our greeter. I want to say a special thank you to Irene Barros, who sponsored our service this evening in memory of her beloved brother, Rabbi David J. Jacobs, and her beloved husband, J. William Barros Jr. Thank you, Irene. We're so grateful. As I mentioned before, we have an entire weekend of things going on. Of course, we have Torah study at 9 o'clock tomorrow and regular Shabbat services. I am going to, let's see if there it is. I am going to be speaking about the issues of separation of church and state and whether Judaism sees secular education as problematic, following the New York Times article, if you didn't read it, regarding secular education in New York's Hasidic schools. It is an interesting challenge for us as a Jewish community, and not only am I going to talk about it at least briefly tomorrow, but on Thursday, Rabbi David and I, during our face-to-face podcast, which we do every 2 weeks, that we're going to be discussing that at greater length. So Thursday at 1:30, of course, our face-to-face podcasts are all archived. You can go onto our YouTube channel, tsnd.tv, and you can see it. If you can't watch it at 1:30 on Thursday, you can always catch it later. So I hope that you will join us. If you join us, then you can interact with us. Otherwise, well, it's just Rabbi David and I talking. Now we come back to this weekend, and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is our Slichot evening, the traditional Saturday before Rosh Hashanah. I know it's not exactly the Saturday before. That's because it has to be 3 days. We need a little 3-day break in between. So if, as this year, Rosh Hashanah begins on Sunday night, we push Slichot back to a week earlier. So on Saturday night, tomorrow night, we will have our Slichot service at 9:30. That is here in the sanctuary. It will be streamed. Of course, before that, we have the opportunity to have kind of an intimate sit-down concert for adults with Joanie Leeds, and if you have not yet bought tickets, you can still do that. You can come, and the concert is...
You can come at the door. Okay, you cannot book tickets online because it's Shabbat.
Right.
But you can come at the door and just buy your tickets here.
Indeed. So if you'd like to be a patron, there is a patron supper at 7. The concert is at 8, and for everyone, a little dessert before we head into Slichot at 9:30. Then on Sunday, and I know it says family concert on the lawn. All of that is true except for the fact that it's not on the lawn. We decided, it's really hot out. It's South Florida. So we're doing the concert in the social hall. Same concert, but you get the air conditioning. So that will be at 4 p.m., where we get to honor, as we do each and every year, our Cantor Emeritus, Cantor Irving Shulkis. It's always a treat, and we hope that you will join us for that. Again, you can buy tickets at the door. As long as I'm speaking about emeriti, I do want to say welcome back, Rabbi Kingsley, Brenta. It's nice to have you back from the Northeast. They get to be in the other Gan Eden in the Berkshires during the summer, but we're glad you're back in time for Rosh Hashanah, and for those of you who look forward every year to Rabbi Kingsley speaking on Erev Rosh Hashanah, God willing, he will be there and ready to go. Since we are in the throes of High Holy Day planning, sometimes we think that we can just jump into High Holy Days and it's going to be meaningful. That isn't the case. Like with exercise, you need to warm up. So I am giving you the opportunity to kind of warm up intellectually and spiritually this coming Wednesday, the 21st, and then again on the 28th in our TSND Talks Spirit Worth Spreading. Hope you like that. I'm going to do 2 sessions on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, just to get us into a deeper meaning of the holidays. Hopefully you'll learn something new, and it'll bring you into the holidays in a different frame of mind. You will see on the advertising, I'm going to be doing it for Hanukkah, Purim, Pesach, and Shavuot as well. You can put those in your calendar. That will be here, and it will not be streamed. So you got to show up here. I told you about the face-to-face. I think that is all of our announcements. We are going to conclude with Cantor.
Words for peace, as we say. We hope, we pray that Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, that day for peace, entire peace, will come to us, upon us, and to everyone. Salam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu,
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu
ve'al kulam. Yes, Marcelo. Yeah. Thank you.
We rise for Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei beriah ga'afen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodesho, b'yava u'v'ratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron, למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, אותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
For For those of you who don't know, this cute munchkin right here, this is don't whine at me. This is Ruby Snyder. Ruby, what's underneath here? Challah, you sure? Okay, fine. All right. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.